नमस्कार सभी भक्तजनों का स्वागत है हमारे थर्सडे के जूम सत्संग मीटिंग में। हम लोग भगवत गीता का अध्ययन करते आ रहे हैं। अभी हमारे आचार्य यतीन्द्र जी मंगलाचरण से आरंभ करेंगे, फिर हम भगवत गीता 18वें अध्याय में 33 या 32 श्लोक के आसपास प्रवेश करेंगे। यतीन्द्र जी।
धन्यवाद दीपक जी। बोलो सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायण नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनम् देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुलङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादि हेतवे तापत्रये विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। ॐ तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। ॐ सहना भवतु सहना भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम। गीता का 18वां अध्याय चल रहा है। कृष्ण भगवान ने अब तक हमको बहुत विषयों के बारे में बताया है। देखिए, गीता का अभी अध्याय 18वां अध्याय खत्म हो जाएगा और उसके बाद हमारा ये गीता का पहला नहीं दूसरा अध्ययन समाप्त होगा। अब विचार ये उठता है, क्या हम गीता के 18वें अध्याय का पारायण करने के बाद क्या हम सब समझ गए वो जो कृष्ण भगवान हमको समझाना चाहते थे? सब कुछ हमारे बुद्धि में आ गया, सब कुछ हमने आत्मसात कर लिया क्या जो भी है? ऐसा देखिए, ऐसा है कि जैसा फर्स्ट कट आपने लिया तब उसमें मोटी मोटी बातें समझ में आ जाएंगी, क्योंकि बड़ा गूढ़ है, ये ब्रह्म विद्या है। हर एक चैप्टर के बाद का है ब्रह्म विद्यायाम। सो ब्रह्म विद्या ऐसी तो नहीं है कि आपने एक दफे पढ़ ली और वो आ गई सारी की सारी, ऐसा तो होने से रहा। लेकिन हाँ, ये जरूर है कि जब हम अपनी सात्विक बुद्धि से और समर्पण की भावना से जब भगवान श्री कृष्ण के शब्दों को यथावत समझने की कोशिश करेंगे तो कुछ आ जाएंगी मोटी मोटी बातें। तो पहले उस देखिए, दूसरे अध्याय में कृष्ण भगवान ने बताया था आत्मा के बारे में। तो जो पहली रीडिंग होती है, जब कोई पहले सबसे पहले बार इस दूसरे अध्याय में आता है आत्मा के बारे में, उसको तब इस तरह का भाव उठता है कि आत्मा है, हमारे शरीर में कोई वस्तु है, हमारे शरीर में आत्मा है, और जो आत्मा अमर है और वो मृत्यु के बाद शरीर से चली जाती है। अच्छा, उसके बाद तमाम सारी कल्पनाएं, कहाँ जाती, क्या होती है, ये होती है, वो होती है। तो ये बात समझ में आ गई कि है, लेकिन तत्वतः जो है वो ऐसा नहीं है। वो बात को जाके पता लगता है जब कृष्ण भगवान और समझाते हैं। तो कल्पना कीजिए कि आपने एक बार गीता का अध्ययन किया, तो जो ऐसी बातें हैं, ऐसे ऐसे विषय हैं, वो आ गए, आधे आपकी समझ में आ गए। सपोज कल्पना कर लीजिए, कितने आए तो पता नहीं, लेकिन अच्छा, अब दूसरे बार जब करेंगे तो जो आधे विषय जो छूट गए होंगे वो गूढ़ हैं, पहले वाले से गूढ़ हैं। तब अगला अध्ययन किया, उसके बाद उस जो गूढ़ में से भी जो कम गूढ़ थे वो आपकी समझ में आ गए, आपकी आत्मसात हो गए, आपके उतर गए। आप कितनी हुई, पहले आधी आई, उसके बाद 3/4 गीता समझ में आ गई आपकी। अब जो बाकी बची है 1/4, जो आपकी समझ में नहीं आई थी, वो और भी गूढ़ है। इसीलिए आपको 2-3 अध्ययन में नहीं पल्ले पड़ी, तब वो और ज्यादा गूढ़ है, तो उसमें भी काफी टाइम लगेगा। अच्छा ठीक है, उसके बाद आपने पूरी तो आने से रही, आधी उसकी भी समझ में आ गई। अब उसके बाद 1/8 बच रही है, वो बहुत ही गूढ़ है। अच्छा, उस ठीक है, अब आपके 7-8 समझ, 7-8 आ गई। उसके बाद बन रही 1/8, वो बहुत ही गूढ़ है, और वहां जो परम तत्व है वो वहीं पे छिपा हुआ है। ठीक है, आपने कोशिश की, बहुत कोशिश की, तो उसकी भी आधी आ गई। तो आपकी आ गई 15-16, 16 में से 15 आ गई, लेकिन 1/16 बची हुई है। वो बहुत ही दूर है, जो कि उसके बिना कुछ आएगा ही नहीं। वही जहां वही तत्व छिपा हुआ है। तो करते चले जाएं तो ये इस तरह से अप्रोच होती चली जाएगी आपकी। लेकिन अगर ये कहें कि मैं कृष्ण भगवान की उस पर पहुंच गया, वो कभी नहीं पहुंचेगी। तो जब इसको ग्राफ में प्लॉट करते हैं तो कर्व ऐसे जाती है कि उधर की तरफ बढ़ रही है, लेकिन कभी पहुंचेगी नहीं। तो ये मैं बता दूं कि इसमें जो अगर इल्यूजन हो कि मैं सब समझ गया गीता, वो नहीं है। क्योंकि इसमें जो तत्व है, कृष्ण भगवान ने खुद ही कहा है, 9वें अध्याय में क्या है, इदम इदम ते गुह्यतमम प्रवक्ष्यामि। गुह्यतमम मीन्स वेरी, जो कि गुह्यतमम कहते हैं बहुत गूढ़। अच्छा, फिर एक जगह कहा गुह्याद गुह्यतम, मतलब उससे भी ज्यादा। तो ऐसा है। तो जब आपका 18वां अध्याय समाप्त हो जाएगा, तब आप देखिएगा कि आपको कितना आपने इसको समझा, और हम उसके बाद ये प्रश्नोत्तर करेंगे, देखेंगे हम सब लोगों ने इसको कितना आत्मसात किया। ठीक, अच्छा, तो ये तो हो गया। आप देखिए, हम आते हैं 30, जो मैंने कहा वो मतलब इज इट कुछ डज मेक सेंस टू यू कि ब्रह्म विद्या है, गूढ़ विद्या है। पहले जो हमको आती है समझ में, वो मोटी मोटी बातें आती हैं, फिर उसके बाद और अध्ययन करते हैं तो और आती जाती हैं, और आती जाती हैं। और अगर प्रयत्न चालू रहे, साधना चलती रहे, और हाँ सर, यस।
ओम जी ने पहले हाथ खड़ा किया था।
मेरा इसमें एक निवेदन है, आपने जो कहा बिल्कुल ठीक है कि ये गीता 2-3 दफे पढ़ने के लिए नहीं, मतलब रोज की पढ़ने की चीज है। इट एवरी डेज उसको बड़े प्यार से और बड़े ध्यान से उसका अध्ययन करें, और जितना थोड़े से श्लोक पढ़े, पर मेरा खुद का अनुभव है, और ये मेरा यही विचार है कि इसको रोज पढ़ना है, इसको रोज अध्ययन करना है, रोज मनन करना है। ये सत्संग के बाद नहीं खत्म होती है, ये सत्संग की शुरू होती है, और उसको रोज, जैसे कि अपने अपनी पूजा का एक अंग बना लीजिएगा. दिस इज माय फीलिंग.
देखिए
I'm not making any statements, but this is my feeling.
ऐसा है, देखिए आपने बिल्कुल ठीक कहा, हमको रोज पढ़नी चाहिए. The thing is, important thing is not the read out, okay? The important thing is to take the intent inside you. है ना, कि जो है वो आप उसको पढ़ते रहिए. मतलब पढ़ने को तो क्या कहते हैं, जिसको संस्कृत आती है वो रोज पढ़, संस्कृत नहीं, जिसको भी आती है वो पढ़, तो कोई भी पढ़ सकता है. मतलब ठीक है भाई, तुम अध्ययन कर लो. बहुत से बच्चे होते हैं जो अपने रोज पाठ पढ़ते हैं, ठीक है, रट गई, इम्तिहान में पास हो गए. लेकिन मैं जो बता रहा था वो मैं दूसरी बात बता रहा था. मैं ये बता रहा था कि जब आपको बिल्कुल आत्मसात का पता नहीं, लोगों को अर्थ पता है या नहीं पता है, तो ये है मेरा मतलब. तो मैंने ये बताया था कि प्रथम अध्ययन से बहुत सी बातें आपके भीतर जाएंगी, बैठ जाएंगी, ओके. और जो उसमें फिर देखिए कि मुझे क्या क्या समझ में नहीं आया, क्या कहाँ में मुश्किल हो गई, उसको और पढ़िए, लोगों से पूछिए, खुद साधना करके देखिए. आज खुद साधना करके देखिए और फिर देखिए कि वो सत्य जो कृष्ण भगवान बता रहे हैं वो मेरे ऊपर उतर रहा है कि नहीं उतर रहा है. अच्छा, इसके बाद भी रह जाएंगी तो ठीक है, आपने बहुत अच्छी बात बताई, रोज पढ़िए. रोज पढ़ना भी बहुत अच्छा है, लेकिन वो एक जो वो है पाठ पाठ हो सकता है आपको पढ़ते पढ़ते पूरी रट जाए गीता. बहुत सी रट जाती है, बट दैट वोंट मेक एनी, जब तक वो हर एक जो
बाद में गुरु जी पूछें कि अच्छा भैया इसका क्या मतलब है, तो फिर बंदा अटक जाए तो काम खराब है.
तो क्या, तो इसीलिए उसके बाद एग्जामिनेशन होगा.
अच्छा, चलिए. सुरेंद्र जी कुछ कह रहे थे.
देखो, I give you my perspective, all right, how I live this. I find it's very important for me to walk my talk.
Yeah.
And I can't absorb. I'm very fortunate that you guys you so generously share this wisdom. Alone, I would have never read it. Having said that, but I do find in my sadhana, these things are jewels. Any one item like Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic, and ego, and go on, steadfastness. ये जो है ना, they resonate with me, and I try to practice it. So what I'm saying is, this is how I operate. I mean, if you ask me a question, I'm the last person who would answer that. But I do know some of the things which are really uplifting to me. And you have magnified it when you talk in this process, that the key things. So the thing, what I'm saying is, as we meet further, you can summarize. I mean, I do not know how to do it, but you could be the right person, and Omji, to highlight, okay, in this chapter, this would help us to continue with the sadhana. If you're prepared, I mean, I'm requesting you, but I'm saying, to me, the important thing is this whole getting together. It embraces my like a laundromat. It washes me. It really prepares me for better things. But in the end of the day, I pick up one thing and I try to put in practice in my life. And I just shared my own behavior. So that's how everybody else does this there.
Yeah, that's good. यतिंद्र जी तो यही कह रहे हैं कि इसके जब हम समाप्त कर लेंगे पूरी भगवत गीता इस बार, तो हम एक सेशन करेंगे जिसमें 1 या 2 सेशन जितने में भी हो जाए, तो कुछ प्रश्न में भी यतिंद्र जी तैयार कर लेंगे, और उसके बाद ऑफ कोर्स उनको तो आंसर पता होगा. अब we are the ones one by one coming to okay, हाँ ये क्वेश्चन है तो इसका क्या आंसर है, तो then we give the answer, how we understand that particular shloka or topic to be, what did we learn after all this time we spent on it. So that's what he's saying, and or agar usme we say something not correct, then of course he can correct us, and then we can make a note of it. That is called improvement. And this is how the class works, you know, the professors, that's how, you know, teach, you know. So
But the correct answer hoga, that will be by consensus. That
yeah.
okay.
Well, I raise the thing, we should do that one. And you can go around here. Anybody who wants differently, please raise you. I'll let you do your job, Deepak ji. I am in favor of that.
चलो ठीक है, that's good. Yeah. So चलिए अब आगे बढ़ते हैं. तो यतेंद्र जी,
ओम जी कुछ कहने जा रहे थे.
मैं यही कहना चाहता था कि मैंने अपना अनुभव बताया था, और वैसे आप लोग बहुत मेरे पर आगे बढ़े हुए हैं, पर मैंने कहा कि बिना बार बार जो कहते हैं कि कर अभ्यास से जड़मन हो सुधार, तो मेरा तो अभ्यास ही गीता का मेरा अभ्यास है. मैं उसको गीता अभ्यास से पढ़ता हूँ, और मेरे उसमें करीब काफ़ी श्लोक हैं जो मुझे उनका मैं मनन करता हूँ, रोज मनन करता हूँ, और उन मनन से मुझे अच्छा लगता है, क्योंकि पूरी गीता उसमें कवर हो जाती है. और गीता मेरे ख्याल में इट इज सिंपली, जैसे रितेश बताया, कि ये तो अपने आत्म का अपने में लाना है, जितना ला सकते हो लाओ, जो भी ले आओ ले आओ. और उसमें गीता के जितने भी श्लोक, जितने भी चैप्टर्स हैं, दे हैव ए रीजन टू बी वन बाय दे हैव ए स्टेप वाइज प्रोग्रेशन, सो दैट यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड. जैसे 18 अध्याय में सारा 17वें अध्याय का आगे का बताया, ये कर लो, ये कर लो, ये कर लो, इनका क्या क्या प्रभाव है, ये सब. तो बिना, पर एक बात ये मेरी रिक्वेस्ट यही है कि मेरे ख्याल से कि इसको तो ये तो रोज की चीज है, आज के एक ही दिन की नहीं है.
चलिए अच्छी बात है. जय जी कुछ कह रहे थे. जय.
I'm at a little disadvantage because I don't understand so much of Hindi, but I pick up quite a bit.
Yeah.
But Yatindra would do me good if he pushes in the English interpretation.
Okay.
The key here is I come from a different background of education, science and English and history and so on, and I come with that English background. And when the time I read, I will interpret it with what I have in my head over the years that I, being a teacher and being in the teaching world and so on. And with what I grasp from whatever I get from Yatindra, it helps me physically, emotionally, and psychologically. So when I read here, this book is still to be interpreted. Each person will interpret it differently.
Yes.
Very correct.
What is meant for that writing in that period, whenever it was written, was for that period. But we are taking it forward to interpret it and apply it to our lifestyle. So that is where I say I'm at a disadvantage. If there's some English put into it, that would be great, and more would be better. But I leave it to the expert. He's the expert. I take him as the expert in the group.
Yeah. May I ask which version of Bhagavad Gita do you have?
I've got the Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada.
Okay.
This one.
Noted. Yes, that's good.
I bought this when I joined.
Yeah. Okay.
I went through, I do the reading now and then, but I follow closely when the time is explaining, and I catch. But when he throws in some English, that'll be great. That's all.
Yeah, please, Yatindra ji will keep that in mind. Mix English with it, or repeat the whole thing in English as well. And maybe I will also read the translation along with Yatindra ji once he goes through, and then I will also read the English translation here, because I got the same version, that you have. Yes, you were saying something?
I don't know if this is the right time to raise this question. Recently, there was some email exchange talking about living in the present versus the message of the Bhagavad Gita.
जोर से बोलिए प्लीज raise your voice.
Okay. All right. Recently, there was some email exchange about living in the present moment versus message of the Bhagavad Gita. I could not figure out what is different. I thought living in the present moment is message of all scriptures, but that shows more of my lack of understanding than a real question. We can answer this or not answer this or let this go, but this is what is circling in my mind.
Okay, we are going to come to that. Okay. So now this question came while we were discussing the Shlok 30. In Shlok 30, it says that in Shlok, no. Okay, sorry, just one second. I'm at 30.
Pravritti cha nivrittam.
No. Yeah. Dekhiye, in Shlok 30, Lord Krishna is telling us what is the Sattvic Buddhi. He is telling us what is the intellect in the Sattvic mode. As you know, there are three, material nature works in three modes: Sattva, Raj, and Tam. In Sattvic mode, there is an enlightenment, and in the Rajasic mode, there is activity, and in the Tamasic mode, there is an inertia. So, in Shlok 30, Lord Krishna says that Buddhi means intellect. The intellect is said to be in the nature of goodness. I mean, in the Sattvic mode, when it understands four things, okay? Number one, when it understands what is the proper action and what is the improper action, okay? Second thing is, what is the duty and what is the non-duty? And what you should fear and what you should not fear. And what is the bondage and what is the liberation. So the intelligence which can understand these four things is in the mode of goodness, or in the Sattvic mode. So while we were discussing about the bondage and the liberation, fourth item, then Surendraji said that why worry about this liberation and binding? Why not live in present? I'm understanding you correctly, Surendraji? That's what your question?
Yes, I do. Because my guru is constantly reminding us that this is the moment, and the focus, achieve whatever you can now.
Yeah.
And not literal, but in the sense presence. Like you're talking to me. If I'm not present here, listening to you, that's waste of your good energy and my misfortune. In that context, live in this moment.
Okay.
How much and there's nothing in the future, and the past is none. So that's
that's really very nice thing to do, and one should do that. But when Gita talks about this, there is something bigger than your material life. This works well. So what Gita is talking about is beyond time. That is called Kalatit. There is one truth which does not change with that time. And
थोड़ा सा पास हो जाइए यतेंद्र जी कंप्यूटर के. Yes.
This living in present and don't worry about the future or all that thing. Mostly we are in the lifestyle thing, okay? You do your.
If I just may interject for a second, let me correctly say that it's not meant that you don't think ahead. It does not say that. All meaning, stay in the moment and do up 200% of that moment. It's not purely for living physically. It's also for your sadhana. Because if you, like we're talking now, if I'm a focused 100%, I will achieve it. In that, it's an overall context, not only just for the living part of it. But I just want to correct that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but that's very good things to do, and everybody should do. But here, the Lord Krishna is saying about liberation and the bondage. Okay, the liberation, he's saying that you are totally liberated from even thinking about the present and past. I think that is a total liberation he's talking about.
Yes.
So that's what it is.
Liberation from time, you mean?
Liberation from time, okay? Because you may live in present, but the time moving and like you get old and all that thing. But he's trying to take you the position which is beyond time.
Kalatit.
Yeah, Kalatit.
Yeah. Yes ji, kuch keh rahe?
A related question is that the decision about fear or lack of fear or my duty or doing something which is not my duty, this decision can be made only in the present moment.
Yes.
If I start thinking about what will happen 20 days from now, if I take this action, but the decision to take action is in this moment.
Right.
So the importance of the present moment may not be complete. It's not kalatit, but the most effective moment to do anything, whether it's thinking or doing or contemplating or planning or organizing or deciding, is the present moment. So that's why I feel the importance of present moment is emphasized in the Gita also, but then my understanding is very limited and maybe even irrelevant.
नहीं, आपने बहुत ठीक बताया आपने और सुरेंद्र जी ने, that no doubt that present moment is the only moment you got.
So when you're saying Kalatit, doesn't work there, but the thing is, the importance of Kalatit is in relation with your being attached with the fruit of your action. Okay, if you can relinquish the fruit of your action and say, well, doesn't matter, good, bad, right, wrong, whatever happens. This is my karma right now and I'm doing it. Okay, I'm not attached to the fruits. I'm not unattached, not attached, just standing by, let whatever happen. When you get to that stage, then it is more like Kalatit, close to that stage. But there, like in actuality, the Kalatit applies to even a higher stage somewhere. I don't know. Yatindra ji has read more about it. I just heard here and there.
What does Kalatit means? Sorry to interrupt.
Means beyond
Future?
time. Beyond time.
Not bound in the time.
Not
Timeless.
bound by time.
Yeah.
So you are free from the clutches of time. Okay, that is Kalatit. So I've heard about this mentioned so many places, so many swamis, gurus, Shastrijis, everybody. So that's why it came to my mind. Yes, ji, again, you're saying something?
So the question is, being in the present moment, is it in some ways equivalent to Kalatit? Because present moment is the only moment that I as a human mind or intellect can experience. And for me, that is Kalatit. Is it a reasonable or at least partially correct interpretation of Kalatit?
देखिए, अभी हम लोग कालातीत के like है नहीं इस time, okay? Let's wait. I mean, when we develop more understanding. अगर मैं आपको एक बात बताऊं तो, you know, you will be shocked, okay? The thing is, we always live in past. We always capturing the moment which is just past. हमारा रिएक्शन तब होता है जबकि वो मोमेंट पास हो चुका होता है. At the moment you are totally, you do, जैसे आपको खबर आई कि तार आया कि that your father is dead, your father has passed away. So that moment, exact that moment, there is no shock, but as soon as the moment is past and you captured what happened, then the living start after the moment has passed.
I think the beauty of it, that every instant is passing. We cannot be in any moment, because before we be in moment, it's already past.
That's
And
what
then actually speaking, we are always either thinking about the past, or then in the past, when we are at the moment, we are thinking of what's coming, what then you're going to say next, what we are going to hear next.
बहुत आपने बिल्कुल ठीक बात सुनी. जो आपने कहा और मैं उसका रिस्पांस कर रहा हूं, तो जो आपने कहा वो पास्ट में था, है ना? Then I am dealing with the past. Well, I am responding to you. By responding to you, I am dealing with the past, because whatever you have said is already past. अच्छा, अब आप मेरे को रिस्पॉन्ड करेंगे, then also you are responding a thing which is already past. So what I said was that our reaction starts when the moment has passed. Our living activity. So that's how it is. For the mind and body, the time is for the mind and body complex, okay? For the soul, there is no time. जो ध्यान अवस्था में, इन द ध्यान अवस्था में, कंप्लीट ध्यान अवस्था में आपको सुरेंद्र जी काफी मेडिटेशन में पहुंच जाते हैं, यू विल सी द टाइम स्टॉप्स.
या एक चीज मैं ध्यान में आ रही है कि with the same measure, you know, when it comes to the living, the actual living, which is basically breathing, that cannot be done in the future or the past.
Yes. Yeah,
That's where the present is so important. You can only breathe in the present. I breathe, and then that was in the present, and it's gone in the past, but I cannot go in the past and breathe. So living is always happening in the present.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
It's a continuous process. No, it is Deepakji, it's a continuous process. It's not happening. It's a continuous process.
मैं जो कह रहा हूँ कि जब हम पास्ट प्रेजेंट फ्यूचर की बात कर रहे हैं कि कौन सा कहां पर अप्लाई हो रहा है, तो लिविंग के ऊपर, जैसे वो कह रहे हैं, यू हैव टू लिव इन द प्रेजेंट. So that means actually they're talking about breathing. You know,
we are living in present. Actually, we are living, because breathing keeps us living.
Yeah.
So actually, the continuation. So our living is continued. So there's a no break. It is simply like a straight line with infinite points. You know, we are just progressing without any. I mean, the whole universe is doing, not we are only. Even the universe is doing. Everything is doing.
अपने अपने जो विचार आ रहे हैं, we are expressing.
That's very good.
सुरेंद्र जी बताइए क्या बताइए.
I'll finish. Guru Maharaj ji, हमारे गुरु हैं. Every year he gives us a message. And many years ago, this was a message. I love every moment. Approach the present with your heart's content and make it a blessed event. Now, to me, that's what she's talking about. That's what we're talking about. It doesn't mean become lazy, but that summarizes the whole. I thought I shared with you.
How long is the present?
When?
What is the duration of present?
Well, I don't know. I won't go. I'm just saying approach. The word is approach. Approach the present with your heart's consent and make it a blessed event. That's the key. That you can make every moment blessed, and that is the divine place.
Another way to say that live kindly, you know,
You can interpret, yeah, sure.
Yeah, with kindness.
Anyway, it's not a discussion. All I just share with you what I say many times to myself, and so it's a good message for me, and I find it.
बहुत अच्छे साहब, बिल्कुल। आप मेरे ख्याल से और कुछ that's
आगे बढ़ो.
you have
I think we should just proceed if you want to.
Yeah.
And another thing, I mean, I like to say that whether proceed or not, okay, you leave to the person who you have designated.
Yeah. So we leave it to you.
Leave it to you, Swami. I call Swami ji for a minute. No. Yatindra ji, आप इस discussion को बंद कर दीजिए. We've talked a few times. It is futile. I know you may not get sometime the regard you hope, but it's a thankless job. I personally speak, and I know from what I see faces here, each of us very, very grateful for what you're doing.
मैं एक बात कहूँगा, आप मैं आचार्य किस लिए नहीं
we won't call you Acharya.
So I tell you, because when Acharya, after doing the Mangalacharan, when Acharya speaks, Krishna speaks, okay?
Sure. Okay.
Which is happening here. And you cannot offend Krishna. You cannot offend Krishna, okay? If you offend Krishna, then Mahapap hai. तो इसलिए मैं आचार्य नहीं होना चाहता हूँ.
Warning for you. Warning for you.
ओम जी आपने फिर मेरे को आपने इंटरप्ट किया. मैं बोल रहा था. And that's what is, you know, I don't think that is desirable. Okay. So मैंने जो परंपरा बता दी, एक तो आचार्य वही हो सकता है जो कि परंपरा में आ रहा हो. मैं किसी परंपरा में नहीं आ रहा हूँ. दूसरी बात मैंने बताया, when आचार्य speaks, okay, परंपरागत आचार्य speaks, Krishna speaks, not he is not speaking. और you have to think like that. वहाँ पे तो जैसे वो सूत जी थे ना, सूत जी तो सूत कौन होता है? सूत इवन नॉट इवन सूत उसको कहते हैं जो कि उससे क्रॉस मैरिज से पैदा होता है, वो होता है सूत. तो so I'm very low level. You can do anything you like to. Yeah. but please be in this. जो मैंने वेग बताया था ना, वाचो वेगम, उस वाच वेग को
watch कर. Yeah.
I say let Yatindra Acharya continue with the sloka.
Okay, so now
Thank you.
Thank you very much. 31 is
Yaya dharmam adharmam cha karyam cha karyameva cha ayathavat prajanati buddhissa partha rajasi.
the intellect is considered in the mode of passion, in the mode of rajas, when it is confused between righteousness and unrighteousness and cannot distinguish between right and wrong conduct. O Parth. So it's quite straightforward. There is they have used the word confusion. Actually, not the confusion, but actually he doesn't care. The person who doesn't care between the righteousness and unrighteousness, and he cannot distinguish between what is the right and wrong conduct. So now the question comes, how will you determine what is the righteous and unrighteous actions? What is right and what is wrong? This is the action, and what is the right and wrong conduct? So how will you determine? Any idea? What Lord Krishna is saying here is, yeah, tell me, what is your idea? How will you determine that what is the righteousness and what not righteousness, and what is the right conduct and what is the wrong conduct? Okay.
Well, mainly, if your action hurts someone, then it is definitely not in the mode of goodness, for sure. Mode of passion, unknowingly your action can hurt someone, and mode of ignorance, where you're just knowingly doing an action and you don't care whether someone gets hurt or not.
Any other idea how to determine what is the right and wrong?
I would find the end result, the result of your action
Yeah.
will say whether it was a good deed or a bad deed.
Anything? Any other?
I find, sorry, I didn't raise my hand. May I?
Yeah.
What I consciously try to slow down before taking action. And I find when I'm sitting in the heart place, and which is call whatever name you want to call, and the right wisdom comes. I'm not being fatalistic. I've seen time and again it rises, and even though I have a passion to go a certain way, it tells me, surrender, no, this is a better option. So the point I'm finding is if I slow down, and because when I'm rushing it, all my vrittis are, they're pulling very differently. So that gives me a place of equipoise, and I'm able to make my action is fruitful and helpful.
Okay.
And this is how I operate. Not always, but I try to operate this way.
ओम जी, आप भी कुछ प्रकाश डालिए इसके ऊपर।
देखिए, ऐसा है कि ये तो अनुभव का है। अब जिंदगी बीत गई धीरे धीरे, और उन अनुभवों के बीच में आपको मालूम पड़ता है कि मुझे किससे क्या कहना है, किससे किस तरह बोलना है, और मेरी अब जिंदगी जो क्षण है उनको किस तरह मैं अच्छी तरह विचारपूर्वक, जैसे कि सुदेन जी कहा, विचारपूर्वक धीरे धीरे करूं। और जब धीरे करके आदमी करता है तो वो उसमें थोड़ी सी he has got a kind of a restraint that he would say, no, look, this is not the right thing. But then there are few things which you do automatically, and then those things are always, in my opinion, because those are all based on your past experiences, they should be always good. But when you do a new thing, for that you have to be very, very careful how we are doing. And as we all say, as Deepak ji said, that we must not hurt anybody. We should not have a nice desire of a clear intent to do things, and that is so important.
Okay, so
Yes,
yes.
Just very quickly, when my intellect is clouded by attachment to some object or some person, and I am focused more on personal comfort and pleasure, then any decision that my intellect makes would not be the right decision. And that clouded intellect would become a Rajasi Buddhi.
Okay, so the consensus is that you will yourself decide. You will yourself decide by your intellect, by your intellectual analysis, what is righteousness and what is unrighteousness. That's what I understand.
If I just add by the guidance within, not mentally only, from the book, with that vivek.
Yeah, whatever guidance within, it goes to the intellect, and then intellect says. So that is the consciousness in this group, that our own intellect can guide us what is right and what is wrong, and what we should do or what we should not do. Is it? That's all?
I beg to. I don't mean intellect in the mental sense. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking that we have each of us carrying this called battery or soul or consciousness. That's what I'm talking about. When you connect with that, we all do unknowingly. But if you, in a situation, this is what I practice. I try to practice that way, that I can go to the higher self. There are many names for this, but that's not my intellectual property.
Well, higher self, nobody has seen. Okay, I mean,
Well, I'm saying there's an experience that there are moments that we can, when we meditate. I don't want to prolong this discussion, but I'm saying there is a place within each of us which does guide us, whether you want to know or not, but it does guide us. So I leave that way. That's my sense.
Okay. Now I will put you another scenario. Okay.
All right.
Suppose you are an employee of a company. Okay. And in that you are supposed to do certain things. Do you that this is the proper way, this is the right way, this you should do it that way? Do you decide of your own, or do you go to policy and procedure manuals?
In that case, I would say that's obvious that you have to.
Okay. So to decide what is right and what is wrong, if you are acting on behalf of company, you go to the policy and procedure.
Policy and procedures. Yeah.
Okay. If you say that I feel this is good, and my intellect says that, my inner soul says that, but the policy procedure manual says no, you have to do this. Okay.
I think I just want to. That's not what I'm talking about. See, that we have created a society and behavior that is sorry, I'm interrupting you, Yitendraji, but I just have to call it because it's coming back to that one. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is we have created this whole behavior, all of it, and that's not what I'm saying. I'll finish here.
Okay, I just given you the example the policy.
No, I'm sorry I interrupted you. That's it.
No, that's okay. That to do that, what I was trying to do, I think you will understand. Whatever the action is in accordance with the scriptures,
okay,
which means that is the right action, and what is contrary to the scriptures is the right. Okay, so Krishna has said in chapter 17. Okay, so you think as much as you can think the good thing, but when you take action, you have to take action according to what is in your company. You do according to the policy and procedure manuals, and in the world, Krishna has we have been given the policy and procedure manual. These are called shastras. Okay, so we have to do according to shastra.
And now I know where you're coming from. now I understand. This is the Bible.
Yeah.
And what's written here is the policy and procedure manual.
Policy and procedure,
and we have to follow this.
Yeah, it refers you to that.
But my argument on that is there's interpretations of this.
Yes.
In my mind. But you enlighten us to explain how it impacts our life now and hereafter.
Exactly.
That's what you're bringing to us.
Our day-to-day life. Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly what Yatindra is doing for us, is highlighting or sort of giving us the incentive to live a good life, to be ready for that afterlife, to go to moksha.
Yeah, because
I can see where how you putting it. Now I understand.
Like if you are in there have been cases, there was a execution, okay, the capital punishment they used to do by shooting, फांसी लगा के देते थे कुछ लोग lethal injection से, but in Germany used to be by shooting the person.
Shooting the person, okay.
Shooting the person. So what happens in the Second World War? There was a priest, okay, who was accused, and he was supposed to be shot. the 6 persons were not एक आदमी नहीं, 6 people used to shot him. Okay, and when order was given to shot, and everybody shot at the wall, not at the
Priest.
not at the priest, because they were so fearful that if we shot, if we will go in hell.
Mhm.
Right.
They were court martial. So their action was because they got the order. Their duty was to shoot him. That's all, because that's their duty. So whatever your intellect said that no, according to my intellect, it's a bad thing. But according to your duty, that is your duty.
ठीक है.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so now let's go to
Let's
30.
go. $32.
Yeah, 32.
अधर्मं धर्ममिति या मन्यते तमसावृता सर्वार्थान् विपरीतांश्च बुद्धिः सा पार्थ तामसी.
That intellect which is shrouded in darkness, imagining irreligion to be religion and perceiving untruth to be the truth, is of the nature of ignorance, O Parth. यहाँ पर बताया है the intellect which is shrouded in darkness, imagining irreligion. यहाँ पे they are using irreligion. Actually, it's not irreligion, it is dharma, adharma. Thinking that adharma is the dharma and perceiving untruth to be the truth is of the nature of ignorance. They are that kind of intellect is tamsi intellect. I don't know what to explain in that. I mean, there are people like that in every walk of life.
Adharma can be translated as wrong conduct.
No, adharma is whatever is your duty, whatever you are supposed to do, whatever you are intended to do, what was.
And if you don't perform that, that is adharma.
Yeah, dharma. Maybe what you are according to your dharma, the work you are going to perform may be a bad work according to the common, just like executioner. I give you the example.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's like opposite of dharma.
Yeah.
Like you were supposed in that example where the person executioner had to shoot and that was their dharma, but they didn't perform the dharma. They shot on the wall, so that is then they fall into the category of adharma.
Yeah.
By not doing that. Okay.
But that's in the Rajasic. But Tamasic is even, the intellect is even more shrouded.
More shrouded.
Yeah, bilkul hi andhera.
Yeah, that's perceiving each thing opposite.
Yes.
You know, if something is dharma and they are thinking, no, this is adharma, and something is adharma, meaning, which is not supposed to be done or not that way to be done or not done. And they call it, no, this is my dharma. Just like I was saying from my intellect, I was saying, no, not hurting anyone, right? So, so in that case, if I was the executioner, I would be saying, my intellect says, no, not hurting anyone. My charge would be saying, no, your dharma is. So actually, it's like non-violence is not always applicable in the course of dharma. In the course of dharma, non-violence is applicable, violence is applicable, but according to the situation,
Yes.
according to what are you protecting, what are you standing with, you know.
Yeah, now we got the
Yeah.
quotation.
Okay.
Now we move on to
23.
yeah, that willpower and dratya, determination. You know, we have determination to do certain things, and that determination or motivation, that's also of three kind: sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic. So what Lord Krishna says here is
धृत्यायया धारयते मन प्राणेन्द्रियक्रियाः योगेनाव्यभिचारिण्या धृतिः सा पार्थ सात्विकी.
the steadfast willpower or determination that is developed through yoga and which sustains the activities of the mind, the life airs, and the senses. O part is said to be determination in the mode of goodness. इसमें तीन, Lord Krishna has said about three: the mind, senses, and the prana, life air. These things sustain the activities, all the activities, with the help of these you senses. You sense something, you saw something, you hear something, and then the mind goes to work, and then the action is performed. Then your determination comes to perform certain things. So that the determination which is developed through yoga abhyas, is said to be in the determination in the mode of goodness or in the sattvic mode.
Unbreakable.
ये दीपक जी उसने प्रभुपाद ने क्या कहा है, देख लीजिए.
उन्होंने कहा है, O son of Pratha, that determination which is unbreakable, which is sustained with steadfastness by yoga practice, and which thus controls the activities of the mind, life, and senses, is determination in the mode of goodness.
Yeah. So the person who is on the path of yoga, he is doing pranayam, trying to control the senses. So he is not completely guided by the demand of the senses, because through yoga practice, he or she has control over his senses. He cannot run away senses that something saw and just acquire it. Not that. And then the determination comes because of the restraint which somebody has achieved by doing pranayam, by doing control of senses, or we say that yam, niyam, and asan and pranayam. By doing all that, when the determination comes, that's in the mode of goodness.
And इसमें उन्होंने purport में ऐड किया है प्रभुपाद जी ने, yoga is a means to understand the supreme soul, one who is steadily fixed in the supreme soul with determination, concentrating one's mind, life, and sensory activities on the supreme, engages in Krishna consciousness. That sort of determination is in the mode of goodness.
Yeah. Oh, he has to put in the Krishna consciousness.
Yeah.
So anything about that? This is it clear or?
Clear for me.
Yeah. Okay. So we will move on to the next. Next one is
यया तु धर्म कामार्थान् धृत्या धारयतेऽर्जुन प्रसङ्गेन फलाकाङ्क्षी धृतिः सा पार्थराजसी.
the steadfast willpower or determination by which one holds on to duty, pleasures, and wealth out of attachment and desire for rewards, O Arjun, is determination in the mode of passion. So, in the mode of passion, one is steadfast in his endeavors because he sees the pleasure which will come after accomplishing the task and the wealth, and there is a attachment and desire for the reward. So the sakam kriya with the intention to enjoy for oneself, I will enjoy, and that's what keep go by that desire, the person keep on going to achieve its objective. That kind of determination is in the mode of passion. The previous kind of determination was when person has purified his mind by yoga practice. So naturally, that is not guided by only selfish motiveness. That determination has good for others in the mind. But here, the only thing is that me, and me. ठीक है?
ठीक है.
Now then, after this one, last one, then we will do some bhajan because it's 4:31 already.
यया स्वप्नं भयं शोकं विषादं मदमेव च न विमुञ्चति धुर्मेधा धृतिः सा पार्थतामसि.
That unintelligent resolve is said to be determination in the mode of ignorance, in which one does not give up dreaming, fearing, grieving, despair, and conceit. I think this is quite clear,
Yeah, this translation says, and that determination which cannot go beyond dreaming, fearfulness, lamentation, moroseness, and illusion, such an unintelligent determination, O son of Pritha, is in the mode of darkness.
Yeah, it catches the same idea. That there is a determination in the mind that I keep on doing, but that's out of fear.
Yeah.
That you are doing your job, because boss will give you a hell,
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of thing. And grieving, despair and conceit. I mean, despair because you did not do right thing at a proper time, and now you are despair. Oh, then that keeps the determination. Oh, how I'm going to save this project which I already ruined it. So,
and some people just keep dreaming about something. Okay, my dream is to build this or do that, but they never do it. They just keep on dreaming about it. Yeah.
So that's good. So we will stop here. So we did three kind of intellect, sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic, and three type of determination to do the work.
Mhm.
So 34. Deepak ji kuch bhajan वगैरह.
Yeah, so we completed up to 35
5.
and we will come back to shlok number 36 next week.
Yes. So 36 is about about the pleasure, happiness. There are three kind of happiness. I mean, those are very interesting. Three kind of happiness. Everybody wants to be happy, but happiness also comes in three flavors.
Mhm.
So we'll see that.
Hari ji.
जी
Chalo, we just completed our Bhagavad Gita session. Now we're gonna be doing some bhajans. राज जी कोई भजन हो तो तैयार रखिए।
नहीं आप ही सुनाइए। आज मैं कहीं और चला गया।
ओह अच्छा।
अगली बार कोई एक्सक्यूज नहीं होगा।
अगली बार कोई एक्सक्यूज नहीं है, यतेंद्र जी कह रहे।
नमस्कार हरी जी, आप
नमस्ते।
वेलकम।
Yes, I'm gonna sing a bhajan, and then if anybody else has any bhajan, please keep it ready. तो ये देखते हैं कितनी फास्ट करना है मैंने। हरि ओम। नींद से अब नीचे करता हूँ थोड़ा सा। नींद से अब जाग बंदे, रात में अब मन रमा। नींद से अब जाग बंदे, राम में अब मन रमा। निर्गुणा से लाग बंदे, है वही परमात्मा। नींद से अब जाग बंदे, राम में अब मन रमा। निर्गुणा से लाग बंदे, है वही परमात्मा। नींद से अब जाग बंदे, हो गई है भोर कब से ज्ञान का सूरज उगा। हो गई है भोर कब से ज्ञान का सूरज उगा। जा रही हर सांस बिरथा साईं सुमिरन में लगा, नींद से अब जाग बंदे, राम में अब मन रमा। फिर न पाएगा तू अवसर, कर ले अपना तू भला। फिर न पाएगा तू अवसर, कर ले अपना तू भला। स्वप्न के बंधन है झूठे, स्वप्न के बंधन है झूठे, मोह से मन को छुड़ा, नींद से अब जाग बंदे, राम में अब मन रमा। नींद से अब जाग बंदे, धार ले सतनाम साथी, बंदगी कर ले जरा। धार ले सतनाम साथी, बंदगी कर ले जरा। नैन जो उल्टे कबीरा, नैन जो उल्टे कबीरा, साईं तो सन्मुख खड़ा। नींद से अब जाग बंदे, राम में अब मन रमा। निर्गुणा से लाग बंदे, है वही परमात्मा। नींद से अब जाग बंदे, नींद से अब जाग बंदे, नींद से अब जाग बंदे।
मैं थोड़े से जो अपने श्लोक हम लोग गाते थे, उसमें जब मेरे घर में यहाँ पर सत्संग होता था, तो मैं सोचता हूँ कि 2, 4, 5 श्लोक मैं कह दूं गीता के।
बिल्कुल आप गाइए, बहुत बहुत सुंदर।
कार्पण्य दोषो पहता स्वभावा, तच्छ्वामि त्वां धर्म सम्मूढचेता। अश्रेयश निश्चर भूमि बुद्धे, शस्त्रहं शालिमां त्वां प्रपन्नम्। आपूर्यमाण अचल प्रतिष्ठं, समुद्रमापः प्रविशन्ति यद्वत्। तवत्त कामा यं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे, शशान्तिमाप्नोति न कामकापि। सखेति मत्वा प्रसभं यदुक्तं, हे कृष्ण हे यादवे सखेति। आजानता मयि मानं तवेदं, मया प्रमादात् प्रणयेन वापि। निर्मानमोहा दिस्संग दोषा, अध्यात्म नित्या विनिवृत्ति कामा। द्वन्द्वैर्विमुक्ता सुख दुख संगै, गच्छन्ति मूढ़ा पद्मावयं तत्। यत्र योगेश्वरो कृष्णो, यत्र पार्थो धनुर्धरा, यत्र योगेश्वरो कृष्णो, यत्र पार्थो तत्श्री विजयो भूतिर्वाणीति मर्मे। ओम सद्भान परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज, अहं त्वां सर्वपाप्यो मोक्ष्यामि मा शुचि।
बहुत सुंदर, बहुत वेरी नाइस।
और कोई भजन?
हाँ, उषा जी सुनाएंगे अब कुछ श्लोक, आपके बहुत अच्छे होते हैं।
अनम्यूट कर लीजिए।
मेरे को खास कुछ नहीं आता, मैं माँ के 2-4 श्लोक पढ़ देती हूँ।
ठीक है।
सर्व मंगल मांगले शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरण्य में त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। देहि सौभाग्य आरोग्यम देहि में सर्वम देहि सौभाग्य आरोग्यम देहि में सर्व। भूल गई, 1 मिनट। शरणागत दीनार्थ परित्राण परायणे सर्व अशांति हरे देवी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। देहि सौभाग्य आरोग्यम देहि में परमं सुखम। फिर भूल गई।
रूपम देहि दयम देहि
रूपम देहि जयम देहि यशो देहि द्विषो देहि। दूर करो दुख दर्द सब दया करो भगवान। मन मंदिर में उज्जवल हो तेरा निर्मल ज्ञान। जिस घर में हो आरती चरण कमल चितलाए तहाँ हरि वासा करे ज्योत अनंत जगाए। जगह जहाँ भक्त कीर्तन करे बहे प्रेम दरियाए तहाँ हरि श्रवण करे सत्य लोक से आए। सब कुछ दीना आपने भेंट करूं क्या नाथ, भेंट करूं क्या नाथ। दोनों हाथ जोड़कर करूं मैं प्रणाम। भूल जाती हूँ मैं, सॉरी।
कोई बात नहीं, बहुत अच्छे,
बहुत अच्छे।
की गाया सी उषा जी?
हाँ जी,
एक सी की सी गाए अखिल पेंट कर देना सी।
हाँ जी।
मैं क्या तुसी गुरु गीता जो पढ़िया सी ना,
पता नहीं कित्थों पढ़ लिया, जो याद होंदा वो रख लेनी है।
करते हुए आप नहीं,
कई
ठीक है।
बार भूल जाता है। मेरे हस्बैंड कहा करते थे तेरे को सब बातें भूल जाती, जब मंत्र क्यों याद रहते हैं। मैंने कहा पता नहीं, अभी अब भूल गई हूँ कुछ कुछ बीच बीच में भी।
चलिए, और कोई?
सॉरी, मेरे को भूल जाता है, नेक्स्ट टाइम प्रिपेयर करूंगी।
कोई बात नहीं।
चलिए थोड़ा सा राम सुमर का कर लेते हैं।
हाँ जी।
राम नाम मन दीप धर जेह तेरी द्वार। तुलसी भीतर बाहर ओ जो चाहत उजियार। राम
राम सुमिर राम सुमिर
और मैं करना चाहता था वो क्या है? ओके, उससे पहले थोड़ा सा क्षण भंगुर है जीवन की कलिका। कल प्रातः जान खिली न खिली। मर सांसों की ये मंद समीर। कल प्रातः जान चली न चली। कलिकाल कुठार लिए फिरता। तन नर्म है झोट झिली न झिली। हरि नाम तु जप ले ओ रसना। कहीं अंत समय में हिली न हिली। राम सुमिर राम सुमिर राम सुमिर राम सुमिर। यही तेरो काज है। माया को संग त्याग हरि जू की शरण राग। जगत सुख मान मिथ्या झूठो सब साज है। राम सुमिर यही तेरो काज है। सपने जो धन पछाड़, काहे पर करत मान। बारू की भीत जैसे वसुधा को राज है। राम सुमिर यही तेरो काज है। नानक जन कहत बात, बिनस जई है तेरो दास। छिन छिन कर गयो काल, जैसे जात आज है। नानक जन कहत बात, बिनस जई है जैसे तेरो दास। छिन छिन कर गयो काल, जय तैसे जात आज है। राम सुमिर राम सुमिर यही तेरो काज है। राम सुमिर यही तेरो काज है। इसमें
बहुत
कितना
अच्छे।
कहता है, बारू की भीत जैसे वसुधा को राज है। ये जो भी बनाया है वैसे ही है, रेत का बना। देख सकते।
वसुधा इज अर्थ, राइट?
हाँ, बालू की वसुधा का संसार का जो भी चीजें आपने बनाई हैं वो सब जैसे बालू की दीवार बनाओ तो वो कभी भी गिर सकती है, उसी तरीके से सब नाश की तरफ बढ़ रहा है। छिन छिन कर गयो काल, तैसे जात आज है। ये लिविंग इन प्रेजेंट ओके, बट दो फिसल रही है अपने नीचे से, पैरों के नीचे से, तो एक दिन पता लगेगा कि कहीं खड़े होने की जगह नहीं। चलिए,
अच्छा थॉट प्रोसेस है,
हैं?
अच्छा थॉट प्रोसेस है समझने के लिए। चलिए तो हम मेडिटेशन की ओर बढ़े। अब
मेरे ख्याल से तो
4:50 हो चुके हैं, तो रिकॉर्डिंग को यहीं पर हम समाप्त करेंगे और ओम जी तो फिर नमस्कार करेंगे और
नमस्कार सबको, क्षमा जो कुछ त्रुटि हुई। और मंगलम भगवान विष्णु, मंगलम गणध्वजा, मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्षो, मंगलाय तनोहरि। श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम।
जय जय श्री कृष्ण।